Yo, what is good, my anime faithful? What is good, yo? So, I was thinking of all the characters that I have. I was looking which one ate the best food, and I think Asta has eaten the best food out of all the characters I have. Sure, I have like Marvel and DC characters that maybe have eaten foods that are crazy good in like random times, but I don't know any of those stories, so yeah, let's go with Asta and that he ate a lot of Chami's food. But regardless of that, Food War this week is unfortunately, as I called it all along, very straightforward in the regards of how they're giving us these characters and why, like certain characters are fighting in this way. In the case of our two main people that we have being going against their two main people, like it just kind of reeked of straightforward like storytelling, which I was wondering when the show would suffer from this, but to be fair, I really do want to hear if there's any backlash to anybody being like, okay, it's clearly going to be these two people. Like, if you knew it was going to be those two people, are you mad? Do you like not like to know that type of stuff without, it being, you learning about it yourself instead of just the story only having that direction to go in general? So that was kind of my overall gripe with it. It was like they were forced in that direction because at the end of the day, it didn't make sense to have any characters now better than Yukihira Soma and the Queen of Ice to go against their top people. Like it just had no like major sense being made if it was the case. Like if they weren't the ones to go against these tops, which I'm not mad about that. I'm just mad about it was just the fact that it was so obvious how it got there, and not even just so obvious that it was going there that they just got rid of this character that did really good, and all the stuff he did last week was explained and looked awesome and was well, thoroughly talked about. And then it gets to the other guy and he's just like, well, here we go. I put this on there and I'll walk up to these people and I win. And he chops them up in the little fighting scene, and we're on to learning about Yukihira and a little bit of the backstory of the redhead girl, and just, how close she was to the number one cook already since the beginning, kind of like the Ice Queen and Yukihira, but more she's the one who was pushing the envelope uh, when it came down to the friendship not really being, something like the way Yukihira and he is with God Tongue, but it is somewhat close in the regards of them looking to each other at higher, like they know each other and they're cooking so well that they hold each other to very high regards. And to know that one of them may have signed up for something that they would regret, the other followed this pursuit. The one thing I didn't get was why this main guy was getting so mad at when people tasted his food and they were happy and talking and, smiling and all this different stuff. And then we see God Tongue's dad taste it, and he has like this evilish like smirk on just how much detail or how much he's learning just from this dish alone or something. And it's crazy to me to think that he's just that astute to the whole entire situation as hand. Like he noticed that this kid even had, that thought process go across his mind somehow, and capitalized on it, which is the main reason why they're even on each other's side, right? um, with him knowing that this kid wanted to do something close to perfection, it was an easy way to bait out his potential, his overall drive to become a better cook in the sense of actual taste and greatness itself, and not just the fact that everybody loves his food and but more of the fact that if you tasted this food and you looked at it and you tasted any other food, no food would compare, is what he's aiming for. He doesn't care about the whole status of, hey, I made, which is weird that he's going along board with this, because it's weird and it's not, because that means he gets to make the dish that everybody has to make, right? But at the same time, that means everybody's going to start making the same dishes that you make, and it may get boring in the regards of not having anything new, in my opinion, right? Like, these characters never really look that far into the future of their ideals that they're joining onto, and I think that's always a good reason why the characters will always have some room to still, grow at the end of the day. But regardless of that, this week's episode was just so straight to the point of like, oh, this is gonna happen. Like, if you please go back to my old review, I am not just like talking this out of my butt. I called it too. I've never read the manga. I didn't even know there was a manga until I got to the end of the second season. I thought it was just a new anime and there was nothing else going on with it. Um, but to know that I called out that they were not even just going to have it, want to 1v1 both ways. They were going to put it as a group combined effort, and it's such a group combined effort that now Yukihira has to make the appetizer while God Tongue makes the main course, which I'm down for. I mean, it's going to be a ridiculous looking meals that these people are going to taste and probably never be able to untaste. Like, this is going to be the craziest four-way food off we've ever seen, I can tell you, for this generation of time. And you could only imagine what it was looking like when the father and the grandfather, and just the past generation of people that have done this and gone through all of this. That's what I want to know, like the stories behind it now, because it's interesting to me that they're putting this much implementations on this generation. Like, someone was always like, I want to make this mine, I'm going to make this mine, I'm going to do this, and this is just a stepping stone. All that stuff is supposedly what his father's done, and people have been telling him that he's mirroring his action, mirroring things that he's done, and so that isn't what Soma even wants at the end of the day, right? He doesn't care about what his father has done. All he's doing is what he believes is fun, entertaining, and going to help him grow better as a chef. So I don't know what else to tell you other than that, besides we're about to see some epic stuff, and that I told you we were going to get one-way shot battles, because it would be that much easier to judge both of the teams and not just have it be like, oh, well, this guy won and this guy lost, so now we have to go into another match to have another one-on-one again. Nah, this is it. Oh, and my guy is booty naked. Don't look. No one in the chat look at my guy, okay? He's naked. I need to win this so we don't have to see him again. Oh God, I lost it. But yeah, with all that being said, I hope you guys have an amazing day, night, evening, whatever the case may be, because yeah, boy, got some more content for you coming soon, and I hope you guys are ready for that. But with all that being said, I will talk to you very soon. So with that being said, peace. Oh my God. Here we go. It's all or nothing. I got no room. No. He didn't attack. Ah, I'm gonna lose my guard. Oh, this is it. Rock, paper, scissors. I win. Paper.